amazing. In the world falling apart, the world full of miseries, the world full of this and that. But despite all the miseries, we still have people who stand up and fight. We still have people who sacrifice their lives for this country. What about you and me?
In a country of unity, one bad apple spoils the whole barrel. One falling domino knocks down all the dominoes. One heavy heart weighs in on all hearts. Let us adhere to the three C's: care, comfort, and courage, so that we share the light in a time of darkness.
Death be not proud, as the cries of our children, parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles grow louder in the nation. COVID-19 has claimed many lives, but you, our pastors and religious leaders, have taken a stand to ensure the graceful send-off of our loved ones. You left your families behind and exposed yourself to the virus. And for this, our pastors and our religious leaders, we thank you. This virus knows no age, no race, no background. It is not interested in the political party you voted for or the area you stay in. We are all victims of this killer. With that being said, we urge you, our community leaders, to keep on encouraging those under your leadership to continue fighting against the virus.
From the sleepless nights, long working hours, non-existent lunch breaks, to having to go home and not being able to hug the ones you love the most, we see your sacrifice. From the amount of bodies that you have had to put a cloth over as a sign of death, to still being dedicated to the work that you do, knowing that your lives might be at risk, we recognize your sacrifice. We have read and seen the effects that this pandemic has had on you and your families. To all medical staff and frontline workers, not only do we recognize your sacrifice, but today we choose to be grateful that you became the heroes that our beloved country desperately needed. What you do does not deserve only a pat on the shoulders. We thank you for caring. We thank you for the love. We thank you for your hard work, dedication, commitment, and best of all, we thank you for your sacrifice.
As we are going back to the strict conditions of the lockdown, let's not make things hard for ourselves. Let's be positive. Let's see things in the bigger picture, even though it's not easy. As most of our human activities are stopping for now, we are going to stay at home. The environment is going to be preserved. No more pollution, leaving the planet to recover. Let's not leave the world to recover alone. Let's all help the earth recover as well.
When 2020 started, none of our resolutions included navigating through a pandemic. No one saw the reality of being held hostage by a virus that cannot be seen but has the most lethal impact. Here we stand today, about to watch 2020 fall behind the night sky and welcome 2021. This time around with candles in our hands and not fireworks, because asphelelanga. In remembrance of the helpless old woman and man whose systems weren't strong enough to fight this deadly virus. In remembrance of the parents that succumbed to the virus and left their children to head homes at a young age. In remembrance of the teenager with big dreams who was meant to break the poverty chain. Being granted consent by family members, we also remember Mr. Thomas Kolele Khoza from Memolodi. We also remember Miss Nshalati Elsie Makubele from Mageva village. And we also remember Mr. David Matebula from Meadowlands. We light these candles with heavy hearts because life will not be the same without you. We light these candles with those that are in hospital and at home gasping for air, fighting this virus in mind. We pray that you come out victorious. And those that conquered, we know it was not an easy journey. And for that, you deserve capes because you are heroes. To the families and friends that have been support systems during this time, we acknowledge you. We might not be able to take away the pain of losing your loved ones, but with a small gesture, we want you to know that we are with you in these trying times.
Fellow South Africans, it goes without saying that COVID-19 is still a worldwide pandemic and a deadly virus. Let us, together with our leaders, help to flatten the curve. We have done this before. We beseech you all to adhere to the COVID-19 regulations. Wear a mask at all times. Maintain social distancing wherever you go. Wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds under a tap of running water. Sanitize your hands with an alcohol-based sanitizer at least every 30 minutes. And most importantly, stay at home. As a family, we are responding to the President's call to light candles in remembrance of all those who lost their loved ones during this pandemic. May you be comforted during this time. Someone wrote, "A mask is better than a ventilator. Prevention is better than cure, and home is better than ICU. And it is not curfew, but it is care for you. Let us show one another love by taking care of ourselves and those around us. Stay safe."
Oh, sithathalela.
Oh, sithathalela. Shabana baku,
Lava lova kawino,
lava lova,
lava
emisabeni.
oh sithathalela,
Oh, sithathalela, tikoleri,
ringakuloveni,
lerilovaka, i-COVID-19.
Twana shikhongelo babo,
Twana shikhongelo.